What do you do if you're the Lions this morning, Ross?
Oh, Dan, that hurt my heart, man. That really, really did. I mean, he's probably their best player, to watch that. And I felt bad, Dan. I literally all I had this past weekend was a college game. So while I'm watching the Lions blow out the Cowboys, I posted on social media, I'm ready to watch the Lions win the Super Bowl. I'm not kidding, Dan. Within 2 minutes, that injury happened. So Lions fans think I jinxed them. I think they do need to at least explore who else they could get. Heck, maybe they should call the Jets and try to get Hassan Reddick. Doesn't seem like he really wants to be. If Drew Rosenhaus is meeting with the Jets today about Reddick's contract, why don't they just? He probably doesn't really want to be there. Figure it out. Send him to Detroit somehow because you don't say this with that many injuries. It's hard to picture them winning the Super Bowl without him. He's their best player. He was one of the front runners for Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, teams overcome injuries, but rarely to guys like that. You're going to play 3 or 4 playoff games. You need to close those games out. You need to have a dominant player that offenses need to worry about, and that offensive linemen like me, we're doubling up. We're talking about all week. That feels like one of the injuries you can't overcome unless you get somebody else in there.
Okay. Do you call the Browns about Myles Garrett?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. I mean, that would really surprise me. Although, in fairness, I say that about the Jets. They just fired their head coach, and this is the last year of the contract for the GM, Joe Douglas. So if you're Joe Douglas, why would you trade Hassan Reddick? And in fact, why wouldn't you just give Hassan Reddick whatever contract he wants so he plays for you as soon as possible so you can win 10 games and make the playoffs and maybe get a new contract from your owner, Woody Johnson? I mean, it's not your money. At this point, you might as well do whatever you can, throw out all the stops to try to get Reddick to play for the Jets if you're there this year. I mean, yeah, you can call the Browns, but that would really surprise me.